Hey everybody, welcome to this week's edition Bayou Outdoors 365 presented by Bayou Outdoor Super Center. I am at one of my favorite places along the Red River South Marina, right here back behind me. In just a moment, we're gonna be heading out on the water with our friend Homer Humphrey so we can go out there and see what the fishing is like right now on the river. It's been a little hot lately, so we're gonna go out there and give it a try. But speaking of the river and all, it was 10 years ago this week that the Forrest Wood Cup was held right here on the river out of Red River South Marina. 10 years ago, Randall Tharp ended up walking away with the win. And matter of fact there, he ended up catching some of his biggest fish there right over there in the corner here at Port Lake. Now the river's a lot different now than what it was 10 years ago, but I did manage to go back and find our very first episode of what at the time was called Outdoors 365 from July 2014. Now the Cup was held in 13, but we didn't start a program till a year later. So let's take a quick peek back and then we're gonna go out fishing and we're gonna talk to Homer about his thoughts on looking back at the Forrest Wood Cup and also how the river is fishing these days. Check it out. Truly, you gotta go back to some more recent time, back to August of 2013 when I had a chance to cover the Forrest Wood Cup by the FLW Tour when it came to town on the banks of the Red River, and that is where everything got going. The race is on to who will be crowned the next Forrest Wood Cup champion. Everybody wants to walk away with that big prize again 2 years in a row.
That would be really nice.
So, but I mean, how challenging is it you think it's going to be though this year compared to last year for you?
I feel like just the body of water itself is so challenging. Once you throw this body of water plus the cup plus all the lights and the cameras and the attention this tournament gets, it'll be tough.
Yeah, this is going to be a grind. This is going to be one of those tournaments where you're going to have to fish for 5 bites.
Three, two, one. Day number 2, Forrest Wood Cup, getting ready to kick off.
I mean, for a while there, it looked like I was going to be the only one in the tournament to zero. I just go fishing and then let the fish tell me what they want to do.
The reason we have here. The mental game will be at play today.
If I can put them in the boat, the next 2 days ought to be really good.
Well, I told you I was going to switch my whole game plan around, and it worked, man. It's always nice when it works, you know. If it hadn't worked, we wouldn't be talking and I'd look like an idiot.
The final day is here, day number 4, Forrest Wood Cup.
Freeport, Bossier City area, it's been wonderful. If they'll have us back, I'll be glad to come back.
Yeah, I mean, the first 3 days I ran around just testing the water. I mean, trying to figure out a way to win. I mean, that's what we do. I mean, when I got the big bites yesterday afternoon, I knew how to win. I knew what I had to do today.
Now, before we venture on out and we're on the river and we start talking to Homer, you can go and watch that full episode, the very first one of Outdoors 365. Eventually, just a few months later, became Bayou Outdoors 365 on our Facebook page and also on our YouTube channel. So go check it out. But right now, it's time for us to hit the water. I caught this one, by the way, not Homer. Hey everybody, Patrick here with Bayou Outdoors 365, enjoying a day on the Red River, but I want to remind everybody about the date, August the 27th. That is the day for Clean Out Your Freezer Day, but a lot of communities in different places, they're doing things during the week leading up to it. But it's a great opportunity for you to go clean out your freezer. You got some old deer meat, you got some fish that have been processed and all, buy an official processor, that's still packaged up. You can go and make a great donation to help feed others in our community. Maybe you don't have that, but you want to help out, you can go and donate something like an old ham, turkey, as long as it's not been unwrapped, it's sitting there in your freezer. Again, there's lots of locations around the state for you to go and end up donating. Just check out the Clean Out Your Freezer website to get all the details and the information that you need to know so that you can go and help out others. So basically, it's August the 27th, but again, a lot of places doing things leading up to that particular date. Don't forget about it. Again, great opportunity for you to go help feed others in our community. Homer, it's hard to believe, and even though I know we've had lots of fishing tournaments on the river in the past 10 years, but it's basically been 10 years since we probably had our last really big tournament, the Forrest Wood Cup, that was held right here on the river 10 years ago this August. It was 2013 that it was. What do you remember back to that tournament itself?
You know, the river, that was before the flood. That's like Randall, you know, where he went up to the Haven and catches limit on a jackhammer each morning, and then he'd come back in there to ramp and go in that little cut and catch them big fish. But we had lily pads that high in there.
Yeah.
And now, right now, you cannot even get in that cut. Moon Lake was a player. You can't even get in Moon Lake now. White House was a player. I had Larry in there. Larry finished in the top 10 on, we were throwing topwater.
You know, back then when that tournament was being held and the fish that were caught and all with it, it's that people weren't believing the size fish that were being caught out of the Red River.
Yeah.
I mean, those were some monsters for the river.
And the only place that holds close to that you still get in is do not dredge. And it's still holding good fish. But that's the only place that you easily get into.
I mean, but the river itself, though, still, we might not be catching the big fish we caught 10 years ago there with it, but you can still come out here, have a good day, catch yourself some quantity of fish, and maybe not just bass, crappie. I mean, this still is a good fishery to come out and make sure you give it a chance.
Lord, yeah, it's one of my favorite. You know, between it and Bistino, and you know, it's the deal where you come out on the river. Hey, we ain't got a boat out here, and we already caught 3 or 4 fish. And some people don't get them on camera, but you know, what happened? It is what it is.
The GoPro was running, by the way.
Oh, the GoPro.
It was running. You're good.
All right.
Hey everybody, Patrick here with Bayou Outdoors 365, and I am ready to tell you about a huge event. 71 years it's been going on, continuously in Louisiana, the longest running event of its kind. What am I talking about? The Spring Hill Rodeo. Giddy up and get ready to get on out there. And main events kick off September the 21st and go through the 23rd. However, this year, they're doing it bigger. They're doing it better. They actually have other events leading up to the main rodeo practically a week or more before. And it even includes on Saturday, September 16th, a brisket cook-off. A lot going on. Make sure you check out their webpage. Make plans now. Spring Hill, Louisiana, the longest continuously running rodeo in the state. You don't want to miss it. This thing is big, big, big. Check out their Facebook page. They're constantly posting new information there. Mark it on your calendar once again. Patrick Dennis, Bayou Outdoors 365, telling you to make sure that you go. The Spring Hill Rodeo coming up, the main part of the rodeo kicking off September the 21st.
Yeah. He ain't big, but he's fun. Oh, river fish is strong. Now see, we done run a crankbait through there and everything else. And they're just not aggressive. Feel how warm that fish is.
There's nothing cold about them.
But you know, they're still eating because that fish is good fat fish. Now see, that's a spotted bass. Yeah. Got them teeth on his tongue. Caught him on a shaky head. At 98% shaky head. Whew, that thing works good. Me and Nixon designed that thing. You just don't miss them on it. They pull like a big one. And you can catch these all day long. Look at you. I think Hayden, my granddaughter, could do a better job handling that fish than I did. And see, that's a largemouth. There he is. Got him, buddy. He's a little bit better fish. That looks like something you'd catch there. Come on here. Got him on that shaky head again. Good little spot. Look how fat they are. Come back here.
Oh, I thought he was about ready to jump back in.
Yeah, he's ready to get back in. Look how heavy that little spot is. That belly on him. The reason we call it a spot, you got all them, got them teeth in there on that tongue. See this 1 foot wind. That bank, see how it's eat that bank out. Surely you can't get in there. That's a big lizard. Have a square bill on. Have you a square bill on? Have a chatterbait on. A Texas rig, and a Homer's clown or a shaky head. You have those 4, you're gonna catch fish. Patrick, he's a good one too. There what he is. Maybe a gas per goo, but who knows? But he pulled. That'd be a gas per goo, watch it. In the back. No wonder I couldn't go nowhere. No, I didn't. I hooked him in the mouth. Boys and girls, you can catch anything. I told you we'd catch a kicker. You gotta get down and try to get him off.
So Homer, we wrapped up another little quick trip out here to the Red River. It is the summer, it is hot out here, but you managed to catch a few of them.
Oh yeah, we managed to catch a few, but you know, if you ever give me more than 2 hours, we'd do a whole lot better.
I gave you 3.5.
Oh, 3.5?
I'm messing with you.
I must have a Timex on.
That's messing with you there. But you know, it is hard to believe too. I know we chatted about it earlier on, but 10 years since the Forrest Wood Cup was held, FLW, which I guess FLW is not around anymore, got absorbed in. But those were some good memories way back then.
Oh Lord, yeah. You know, back when I won BASS and finished second in it, and then Randall come over here and he went in there with a frog and won it, and you can't even get in there now. And where I had Larry fishing with the top water, guess what? It's trees there. Where I won it, it's trees there.
Yeah.
So it's just doing what it's supposed to do. It's going down to the river, but when you come in here and put 200 boats in BASS and they stay on the river, it shell shocks the fish.
So, you know, come on out to the river. Obviously, it is a little different than what it was 10 plus years ago, but there are fish still here. You can still find the fish, but you just have to know, like you know, some of the places to go find them and the technique.
That's very true, and you come over here in 3 days, when I tell them, you give me 10 pounds a day and I'll scare the leader, and they said, ain't no way, because the river looks beautiful. I mean, the backwater looks beautiful, what you can get in. And 10 pounds a day on a 3-day tournament, you're gonna be right there.
Yeah. So real quick, people are interested in a trip or doing something. You know, the fall's getting here. Hopefully some cooler days down the road if we ever get to that. But what do people need to do if they want to get in touch with you?
Oh, you know, want to do something in the fall, just give me a holler at 422-1192 or 318 area code 422-1192, or just ask anybody. Everybody knows.
Okay. Once again, everybody, thanks for joining us here this week on Bayou Outdoors 365. Don't forget as well, if you want to watch that entire first episode that I ever did there when we started things back off in July of 2014, you can go check that out as well. We have it posted to our Facebook page and our YouTube channel also. Thanks to Homer as always, and thanks to everybody that makes our program possible each week.